In this presentation, you'll see how easy it is to create a quick test and then convert it to a SOAP UI project. In the example, we'll make a test call to the AlertSite REST API. We start in the UXM console by adding a simple API endpoint monitor. We'll set the method as a post and then enter the URL to the AlertSite REST API login. Next, we have to add the body for the request. This comes directly from the help documents in UXM. And then we'll update the credentials to match the actual user account in AlertSite. Now we can validate the step to make sure our login works. And we can see the status 0 and no errors to validate the login. We're going to add an assertion here to make sure we get no errors as the message value in the response. Now we're going to create some variables. We'll need to use these in the next test step. Every call to the AlertSite REST API subsequent to the login requires us to send the session ID and the login, so those are the variables we'll create. You can see how easy it is to add a variable too. Just select it and add it. We'll use these two variables on the next step of our test when we call the AlertSite REST API to get the list of devices on the account. So now we're going to click Add a Step. The request method for the second step is also a post. And we'll enter the URL for the AlertSite REST API list devices call. We're going to update the body of the call. This is again directly from the AlertSite help documents. And now with the cursor in between the login keys, we'll click this button to add the login variable to the body. We'll do the same thing for the session ID so that that variable is also added to the request body. Now we're going to validate our monitor. We can see we got no errors, and if we scroll down, we can see the list of devices in the response. And we'll finish up by clicking Next and giving a name to our monitor, and then clicking Start Monitoring Now. To export this for use into ReadyAPI, I first have to go to the AlertSite 1.0 console. Now from the 1.0 dashboard, let's go to the Edit screen for my new monitor. From here, we click Manage API Project. Now we select Download Project, and we save the packed project zip file somewhere on the computer. And now we can open that packed project in ReadyAPI, and here are our two test cases ready to use or modify in ReadyAPI. We could also drill in further and see the assertion we created and the variables we created. We can see that the test case runs successfully in ReadyAPI as well.